because you actually went and spoke to somebody who was a former jihadi, one of the first people to start recruiting. What was that like? Were you scared?
You know, I was so obsessed with asking the questions and trying to learn what's really behind all of it, that I forgot to be afraid. But and it didn't even really occur to me to be afraid, to be quite honest. And it's only until I finished the film that my mum, for example, found out that I'm doing the film, and she was horrified.
I know mine
so
would be.
scared.
Yeah.
I mean, she in the recent weeks, even because she's only just found out, she was just looking at me going, why did you do this? How can you spend this much time with people like this? And I kept going, Mum, first of all, you would have done the same thing. You're just too afraid because I'm your daughter. But the fact of the matter is, I wasn't really afraid. I'm more afraid of what could happen if we don't really tackle this. So I was so interested in learning and so interested in listening that was all I could really think about. And I made it sort of my mission in a way to put my own prejudices aside. Again, being a women's rights activist, you know, what a lot of these men that even I interviewed in the film, what they used to stand for, you know, is everything that I dislike. It's everything that I hate. It's everything that I'm afraid of too. So to sit face to face with some of these men was really, it was really enlightening, and I really appreciated how open and honest they were, and how they were just willing to share truthfully what really led them in and out of that movement.
I think that's what was so striking about the documentary, that they just spoke so openly and just honestly as well, and it was really, it was enlightening, it was very insightful. What was the most shocking thing that they said to you, where you sat there and you thought, oh my God, I cannot believe that's one of their beliefs?
Well, it was mostly to do, well, it's a lot of different things. But some of the things that some of them said was just explaining what they used to think. So one of them, you know, spoke about Salman Rushdie and, you know, talking about planning to kill him and things like that. Then, you know, one of the other conversations was about how women are deficient and are so much more inferior than men. But really, all of that wasn't actually really that shocking. What was more shocking and eye-opening, heart-opening for me, was when they started speaking about how they realized that everything that they did and that they believed in was wrong. That after dedicating their life to that way of being, finally realizing that it's wrong, that and what was wrong about it is that they finally woke up and realized that they were just becoming more fuel for more hatred, and Muslims killing more Muslims, and more innocents being destroyed, and realizing that really the only answer to any of these conflicts, again going back to what we were talking about earlier, is that it is non-violence, it is peace, it is compassion, and it is love and caring. That the thing is, and I didn't really expect to find that. I have to say, I didn't really expect even former jihadis to be speaking in that sort of way. So that was probably the most surprising for me. But also, you know, when they talked about what led them into it, when they were talking about foreign policy or the abuses of Israel, of Israel, for example, against the Palestinians, or the occupation in Iraq and Bosnia, and all these various issues that they were talking about, I found myself agreeing. I found myself going, yes, I feel the same.
I have to say that in the documentary, it did seem that you were quite sympathetic towards them at times. And I was like, is she sympathising with them? And then, but you realise that they're being honest, they have changed. And there is that level of understanding there.
So here's the thing. I don't sympathise. I don't sympathise. I don't agree. I don't think what they used to think and how they chose to react is a legitimate way of reacting. What I did find myself agreeing with is, I am against the occupation of Iraq. I am against the oppression of Palestinians perpetrated by Israelis. I'm against oppression. I'm against injustice. But so all those things, when they would be speaking about this, I agree. But where we separate very drastically, where I and a lot of these men and what they used to believe, where we completely separate paths, is they choose to react with violence. I choose to react through making films or through making art.